Hi guys, my name is Trinity, and if you're here to talk about books. Today I will be talking about the 10 series I would like to start in 2023. So let's start this video off by talking about the series that I had a false start with in 2022. And that would be Chronicle of the Unhumed Throne by Brian Staveley, starting with The Emperor's Blades. And I had started this book, and it was really at a point where I was very slumpy and wasn't really feeling anything I was reading. And I was trying to pick up something that was going to get me out of the slump. It didn't work. I was enjoying it, but my brain just didn't want to process anything that was going on in the book. I have yet to restart it, and I'm not really sure why. I think it's one of those series that I feel like I'm going to have to be in the mood for, and I haven't quite been in the mood for that yet. I do want to pick up some more fantasy series. Obviously, this is going to be talking about the ones I want to start, but my mood has been a little off to picking up something that is going to take brain power. Now, this series has won awards such as Goodreads Fantasy Novel of the Year of 2014. This has won Best Debut Novel, and you know, it's a series that I really want to get into, and Zach Argyle actually is the one who recommended it to me, and he said that since I love Draconis Memoria so much, I would love how different this series is as well. And so I'm really looking forward to it, but I just haven't had the motivation to do it yet. And this is also a very well-loved fantasy series just across the board. I know quite a few people who have really enjoyed it, and I need to get around to reading it. So the next series would be the Powder Mage series. Now this one I have put on lists time and time again, and then just never really get around to reading it, and I don't know why. I think I have a little bit of an aversion to Flintlock fantasy. Not that I've read a ton of it and don't like it. The only Flintlock fantasy I've actually read is Mistborn Era 2, which I didn't like. And that wasn't because of the Flintlock element. It was more so the characters that I didn't like. So I am a little bit nervous to pick up another Flintlock fantasy. However, there will be 2 on this list. So hopefully I get around to reading them this time. And again, we have a nominee for Best Fantasy of the Year, Goodreads 2013. And debut author as well. So not that I go to Goodreads for recommendations, because I don't, let me tell you. I actually really look forward to the Goodreads recommendations emails once you finish a book because of how silly they are. And I've also heard that this series has some steampunk elements to it too, and I really like steampunk, so I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. Next would be Ancillary Justice by Ann Leckie. The Imperial Rock? Yeah? I hope I said that right. I'm not really sure. Again, we have another nominee for Best Science Fiction. I have been looking forward to getting into this series for a while. This one I also believe has won quite a few other awards, and I think I will really like it. Now, I read a little bit differently when it comes to sci-fi because yes, I do like plot, but I also really want to see the sci-fi elements in play. So I've heard that this is a series I'm really going to enjoy, and it has the type of characters in it that I really enjoy, like really strong female character as the lead main character and stuff like that. So I do think I will like it. I am excited for it. I own the whole series. Actually, of the 3 I've spoken of, I think I own all of the books, and I just haven't read them yet. But I am looking forward to this one quite a bit. And this one also is touted as sci-fantasy, which we all know is the sweet spot in science fiction for me. So I'm looking forward to that quite a bit as well. I did say another Flintlock fantasy was going to come up, and this is another one I have put on TBR past, and I haven't done it. That would be The Shadow Campaigns by Django Wexler. Now, the reason I didn't get around to reading the Shadow Campaigns last year is because Burning Blade and Silver Eye kind of took over, and I really got invested in that series, and I didn't want to start another series from the same author at the same time I was reading their other series. Kind of did this with Robert Jackson Bennett as well. But I am looking forward to this. I don't think I will like this one as much as I like Burning Blade and Silver Eye, simply because I love sci fantasy. This is flintlock fantasy. So it's going to be a shift for me. And I've talked to quite a few people who have kind of a love-hate relationship with the series. Like, they love it initially and then they burn out, or there are some books they love, some books they really don't like. And so I am a little bit more cautious with this series than I have been with Burning Blade and Silver Eye, but I do think I will still at least like it because I really love Django Wexler's writing. Next would be a chunker series I have yet to start, and that would be the Dandelion Dynasty by Ken Liu, starting with the Grace of Kings. I do have a project coming up that I will talk to you guys later about, and this may fall into that project, but I am really looking forward. Like I said, I like steampunk. I know that steampunk is prevalent in this series as well. I've heard that it's chock full of political intrigue, and you guys know how much I really like political intrigue. And I don't know a single person who doesn't like this series. So I have a feeling that I'm either going to love it or hate it, but I want to find out. I really want to find out. Now, one I've talked about is Under the Northern Sky by Leo Carew. The Wolf, I do have that on my 23 books that I want to read in 2023. And I put that on there thinking that it wasn't likely I would finish out the series in 2023, but I do think that I'm leaning more towards actually finishing this series this year. And I'm really looking forward to it. So I would really like to get that series knocked out and get another Norse style series on under the belt, you know. But from what I've heard from a lot of people that have a similar reading taste to me, I will probably really enjoy this. So, and I have the first two, like I already own the first two books. And so I feel like since I own them, I should go ahead and tackle this series this year. Another series that I own both of the books because it is a duology, that would be Quest for Heroes by Stephen Arion. And I have both The Coward and The Warrior. I need to go ahead and read them. I know that Andrew from Wizardly Reads absolutely loves this duology. So we have similar reading tastes. Maybe not like the same reading taste, but very similar reading taste. And so I feel like this is a series that I will love, and it's a duology. So might as well put a duology on here and get it knocked out, right? I feel like that is the way to go. But he's talked about the series quite a bit, and he has me excited to read them. And every time I put them on a list, he gets excited because I have put them on a list before, but it was more so books I'm excited to get to. And so, yeah, I own them, might as well read them. And another that keeps making lists of mine, I only own the first book in this series because I got burned by this author before. So I've only purchased the first book. It's not hard to find the other books in this series, even in hardback. But that would be Book of the Ancestor by Mark Lawrence. I've heard I will really, really love Nona, and that she is that type of character that I just love to love. And so I want to get that read, at least Red Sister, and find out if I can continue with Mark Lawrence or if he's just not the author for me. I have a feeling he will be, though. I have a feeling he will be. I just need to read something other than The Broken Empire. Like, we need to move on. I just have a little bit of fear with Mark Lawrence now because he did me dirty. Now, one that I do not hear a lot of people talk about, but has intrigued me from the day I picked it up, and I own the first two books of this series, so I really do want to get into it. It's a trilogy. I found the two at the buy-sell trade, so the only reason I haven't picked the third book up is because I haven't read the first two, so I don't want to pay full price for a book I don't know if I'm going to like or not. But this one is about a dragon slayer, so I really want to get into it and find out if I like it. The covers of these, though, everybody laughs because they look like romance covers, but these are epic high fantasy adventure stories. So the covers can be a little off-putting, I think. And I think that's why a lot of people don't gravitate towards them, because of the covers. And lastly, I would really love to read The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. I've had it since it released and I haven't read it yet, but I really want to get into it. I really love desert fantasy and I really love Daevabad and stuff like that. So I want to get into this one because it's about a thief. So I'm very excited about that aspect of it. I love thieves and assassins. You guys know that. And I know that the second book will be releasing soon. That does mean that I will have a series that I can't complete this year. on this list. And that does make me a little bit nervous, but I really, really want to get to it. And I think I will really enjoy it. From what other people have said that know my reading taste really well, I do think that I will really like this. All right, but that's it for me today. Like, subscribe, do all the fun things, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.